Hello, friends and neighbors. Welcome to another production of the program. Here we are on TV, once again, once a day, every day. Turn on the machines and live forever. Here we go. We're alive, and it's happening. Have you ever lived before? I've lived maybe 3,492 times minimum, and this is another one of these times. Another day here. Yesterday I did the program about 8 o'clock, and then I at the studio, and then I got out of the studio and I went to the a bar, and it was a party. I had a big party, and I hugged and kissed, and then breathed on each other, and in a group setting, and then we all huddled into a small, not well ventilated area, and just spent time with each other. And then I came home and to lay my head and woke back up and to have another productive day of living in the world. I went out into the world, lived another day in the world, just like everybody else. So we're back here live at 5 and doing the thing. It's Friday. It's the weekend. Time to party. So I'm getting ready to party for tonight. It's going to be a big party. Everybody's going to be there. It'll be good. So let's get to the phones. We'll get right on them. That's what we've been doing recently. Looking at the phones. Looks like we've only got one message today. It's from Yellow Fellow. Yellow Fellow out in Philadelphia. Hello. Gotta plug this thing in. That's the right one? No? Not the right one. Where is it? This one? Hello. Yellow Fellow. Calling you in Philadelphia by 8 o'clock for you, I think.
Hello?
Hello, y'all, fellas. It's the program. We're on TV. How are ya?
Oh, good. How you doing?
Pretty good.
That's good.
Are you sleepy?
I'm feeling pretty sleepy most days now because I'm trying to go without coffee, and it's hard.
Oh, how many days?
I haven't really made it consistently through, like, a stretch of days, but this is one of the days where I think yesterday was the one day I successfully didn't drink coffee, and so far I'm doing good today, but it's hard.
No coffee at all.
What's that?
No coffee.
No coffee. Green tea, though.
Oh, yeah? What kind of tea?
Matcha.
Oh, yeah, matcha
Green tea.
Matcha's got a lot of caffeine in it. Some people don't drink coffee, they just drink the matcha.
I know, but it's something about coffee, the caffeine in coffee, more likely to make you anxious, apparently, from what I was reading. Well, and green tea is like a better alternative.
Matcha has less, and you don't need that much. People kind of get crazy with the caffeine, and then matcha's got some like other stimulants in it or something too, right?
Yeah, I assume so. Something else, some other funky stuff going on.
You know how like tea is like like black tea and green tea? They're the same thing, kind of, right?
Are they?
Like they're the same. Like tea, they're from the tea plant or something, right?
Oh, okay.
You know?
I have that's a good question, because I have never even bothered to look it up. But there's a difference out there.
Well,
I don't know it.
Matcha. I don't know about matcha, if matcha is just like the same kind of tea plant, because
It's like gunpowder, intense, superpowered green tea. I don't know.
Gunpowder or what?
I don't know. It's superpowered, powdery green tea. I don't know. Superpowered green tea. Yeah. Getting some pizza.
Yeah, you getting an order delivered?
Yeah, I don't usually like getting delivery, but my roommate kind of made me realize it's like Friday night. I might watch a movie.
It's time to party.
Yeah, exactly.
That's what I was saying. I was like, I'm gonna go to party tonight. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna go to a big party.
What's that? Does everyone in your house today do you guys watch a movie together or something like that? Do anything like bonding stuff?
No, it's mostly mostly are just like talking to each other, but we're watching movies by themselves.
Everyone's off by themselves, kind of.
But they got movies. We do got movies. But I mean, my TV's away from everybody else. I just talk to them, but it's mostly separate.
Did you oh, my legs are sore. I went on a long run yesterday.
Yeah, it's funny to go to be delivering a food delivery.
I know. Well, the last 2 days I haven't been delivering because my bike's in the shop right now.
Well, the bike shop is open?
It is. It's life-sustaining, I suppose. Yeah. So, getting all fixed up because I think I got a shitty bike from that weird Craigslist guy, which isn't that surprising.
Oh, they're fixing it up? It's like an old bike from like the 80s or something, and they're fixing it?
Yeah. It's kind of a nice project to renovate it, I guess. But the way the guy talked about it, I guess I'm a sucker. He fooled me. Made me think it was already in good enough shape.
It's pretty funny to be fixing that at all, though. I wonder whether they're going to just redo the whole bike.
I know, because it's like I keep slowly going back to the certain parts of it that are falling apart. At first it was like the wheels, and then it was what else was it? It was something else with the wheels too the second time, and now it's like all the gears and I don't know, all the gears and speed stuff is all getting messed up. So we'll see.
Bike shop, the bike shop. Are they going to do the thing like a car where they're like this and this, and you're like, all of that really? And they're like, yep, you got to fix it all.
Yeah, it's a little. They seem nice. So far it's been pretty relatively cheap. But yeah, you bike around. Have you not felt that or had the need to go to the shop for your bike at all?
Well, I buy the cheapest bike that they sell at Walmart, and it's only $100. And then it's brand new when I buy it, and then I get it stolen about once every 2 or 3 years.
So then you just go get another Walmart bike?
Yeah.
I've lost a good amount of bikes over the years.
Yeah.
And some of them haven't been mine. And
the only thing that happens to me when my bike gets stolen, the only problem is that I have to get home from wherever I am when it gets stolen. And then I have to go buy a new one. And it's like I'm like, I gotta go buy a bike now. It's not like
that's not fun.
But I'm not like, somebody stole my bike. I don't care. I don't really care about that.
Yeah.
It's more just like, I wish I could bike home right now.
Yeah. The last time I lost a bike, it was a super nice bike my friend let me get from him, super kind of cheap because he was moving across the country. and he only charged me like $200 for it. It was a really beautiful bike, and I popped the tire, popped the wheel or whatever, tire, whatever, and went and changed it up downtown. And I was like, all right, I'll just come back for this some other time because I don't feel like dealing with it right now. And then I just kept putting it off. I kept putting off coming back for it because I'm a piece of shit, I guess. And then somebody eventually stole it.
You have a lock?
And that's just extremely. Yeah, there's a lock on it.
But they break the lock. Somehow they always end up breaking the locks. But last time my bike was stolen, have you seen Talent Time on YouTube? They're talking to me too. I'm talking to y'all. Have you seen Talent Time? Go look at YouTube. He left a comment on there the other day. But
Talent Time?
Yeah, Talent Time with Paul Anthony. And it's a Canadian public access show, and they're talking to me, and it's a pretty good show. I'm cross-promoting. But
oh, okay. I'll look into Talent Time.
Yeah, it's on 2 days ago. They put a YouTube comment or something. But so last time I got my bike stolen, it was just like a bar that was 4 bikes, like an upside down U shape, you know?
What was upside down what?
It was like a bike, the spot where you lock your bike, okay?
Yeah.
And it was just like a U, an upside down U, just like one single one that you put for bikes, you know what I'm talking about?
The place you put your bike.
Metal, you put your bike there, and then I locked my bike up. This was outside the mall, and I went to see a movie at nighttime. So the buses, I caught one of the later buses to go see the movie. It was at the mall, and I saw it too. I was going by myself, and it was really awful.
Did you like it?
The movie was awful.
That's what people tell me. Yeah.
It was so awful. The first one was decent. Second one was awful. Time to float. That's what he said. Real
What'd he
bad.
say?
Time to float.
Time to what?
Float.
Float? That's what the clown says?
It's stupid. But
that doesn't sound threatening.
So I was like, oh, that movie was dumb. And then I'm going outside, and then I'm looking for my bike. I'm looking at the thing because I had a U-lock, and I was like, where's my bike? How could they have stolen my bike with a U-lock on the thing? And then I realized that the whole bar was not even connected to the ground.
Wait. Oh, they took it out. They took the metal thing itself out of the sidewalk.
Yeah, it wasn't even connected to
the ground. Some people set things up that way to trick bikers. Yeah. Damn.
Yeah, so
that's
it was just
a scam.
sitting there, and so now I don't use the bike things. I use fences and stuff.
Yeah, that's a good call. I won't leave my bike anywhere too long at this point.
I also
there's a certain place in hell for bike thieves because you get a personal attachment to a bike. It sucks when somebody steals it.
Yeah, I took the bar and I threw it in the dumpster.
The bar?
Yeah.
Oh.
So nobody else would.
So nobody else would fall for it. That's good.
But they did. I think they replaced it because I kept going to movies there and I locked through the fence, but it was back.
What was the last movie you saw in theaters before all this happened?
You know what? This might be the last movie I'm ever going to see, though, but it was Sonic the Hedgehog.
You saw it?
Yeah, I liked it.
You liked it?
Yeah.
Genuinely? Or for what it was? I don't know what that means, I guess.
Yeah.
But
I thought I liked it. It was fun. Jim Carrey. It was very 90s. It felt 90s to me.
Oh, okay. All right. Why not? I'm being a prick.
But it was for kids. I didn't even realize that it was for kids when I saw it. I wasn't thinking that, so I went to see the movie, and actually, it was really nice. I used to go. One of my favorite activities was riding the bus to Shelton, which is a neighboring small town. We're in the Tri-City area. I'm in one of the bigger towns, and then there's all these buses that go out to the small towns, and one of them has a theater I like to go to. Is Quaint, and I'd ride the bus out there, and then go to the thrift store, and then go to the restaurant and go to the movies, and none of that is possible right now, of course.
What's that? Wait, I'm sad. I wish they didn't change the design of Sonic.
You wanted it to be that weird one? That would be bad.
I loved it.
The new design was much better.
It's hilarious that they. I feel like that, like the first design they went with, it just seems like they didn't try.
Yeah, it was really weird. But I like Sonic. I watched the cartoon. I like the games and stuff. So I saw the movie,
Okay.
and the movie was fun. And I don't know, I liked it. But
do you think we'll get more Sonic movies?
Yeah, I don't know if we're gonna get any movies ever again. Like maybe movies.
Yeah, maybe not. That's a good last movie to see.
Yeah.
Say goodbye to all movies with Sonic.
So like I was almost gonna go see some other movies too. And if I had known, I would have seen every single movie there ever was. You know, I feel like I didn't see enough movies. I didn't like appreciate society while I was there.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember the last movie I saw. Huh.
So I'm just like casually going to the theater and it's like, oh, I'm gonna see this movie. And I would have thought that it would have been the last movie I like ever see. Because at this point, I don't know if I'm ever gonna go to see a crowd again. Because I'm like kind of scared of crowds, and I don't know if it's gonna be for life.
Yeah. I think the last movie I saw was that Adam Sandler movie.
Uncut Gems.
Uncut Gems.
Yeah, that was a good one too. I saw that. I saw that before. I think I saw that before. But I was seeing like 2 movies a week. That was like my favorite activity, basically.
Oh yeah, it did sound like you did that often. Yeah.
I saw a lot.
Would you see things that you like thought kind of like would look dumb, but you just wanted to see a movie? Because you used to say it doesn't matter what's on TV, you'll just watch anything.
Yeah, I would watch movies. Like sometimes I would do that, but most of the time I would see there's something I would want to see at least a little bit. I don't know about really dumb stuff. I was like, I didn't care for The Invisible Man. Like I don't care to watch that, but I was gonna go watch that anyway. That was gonna be, like.
Oh, that was kind of good.
It looked
that
medium, so I was gonna see it. And I was gonna see
it looked fine.
Yeah. So I didn't watch it though, but I was thinking about it.
Did you get my voicemail the other day about the dream I had?
Yeah. What? Remind me. I don't remember it all though.
It was I was like entering your house or your grandma's house, and you and your brother were watching TV.
Yeah.
Yeah, I went up and it was like, oh hey, we're meeting. Hello.
Yeah.
And then you and your brother, I forget what you offered me a Your Daily Hour with Me shirt.
Oh yeah.
And I was like, oh, I already have one. In the dream, for some reason, I already had one.
Yeah.
And then in the background, your grandma was just your grandma was on a couch too, but one further in the back of the room, kind of away from you guys. And then, what you were watching was the funny part of the dream. You were watching a documentary about how they made the one New Order album cover, Power, Corruption, and Lies.
Is that the one with the graph kind of looking?
It's more like the flower.
Oh.
Like the bouquet of flowers.
Yeah.
And it's like a painting though in real life, but in the dream, the guy on the TV was putting a bouquet of flowers together for the album shoot.
Whoa.
And stuff. It was a weird dream.
Weird dreams.
I only remembered it because I wrote it down.
Oh yeah. Sometimes I've had dreams. This has been a long time ago, but I've met Mr. Ginsu. You know Mr. Ginsu?
Yeah.
And then in the dream, I'm like, this isn't right. I've actually, I don't know, dream talk, but I've been having weird dreams where I'm having a semi-normal dream, and then suddenly I realize that I'm not at home, and there's too many people around.
And you want to get back home?
I'm like, I'm supposed to be home. How did I leave home? I told myself I'm not leaving home. What did I do? Where am I? I'm now I need to go home. And I even in my dreams I'm panicking about it or something. So.
Do you ever have those moments when you're starting to fall asleep and you could kind of start drifting off into a dream, but it's you're it's for me it's always when I'm starting to fall asleep I start having a dream about me biking or running or something, and I'll trip in the dream, and then I'll wake back up with a jump really fast. Does that happen to you?
Probably, yeah, sure.
Weird. I got myself some tarot cards in the mail.
Yeah, why?
Because it seemed fun to get into them.
Are they all the same? Like
no, there's it's like this. It's like the classic tarot deck, like Rider Waite or whatever the fuck it's called.
Yeah,
Magician.
There's like a whole way to do it, right? Are you gonna do it the right way that they tell you to, or are you gonna do your own thing?
No, I'm trying to do I'm trying to have a little like video series on it. And apparently there's only a few decks where you can actually make it match up. They're like synchronized with all the information that's supposedly behind it. And then a lot of the decks are just kind of like novelty.
Yeah.
You know, like My Little Pony, fucking tarot.
How many cards
shit
are
like
there?
that. That's a good question. I don't know. I'm not too educated on the subject yet.
What happens when you pull the death card?
Oh, I don't know. Do you want me to pull a card for the show right now?
Yeah.
All right, let's see. Let me see. This is one of the ones that doesn't have words on it. I'm gonna get.
No words. What? It just says nothing.
It doesn't have a title. Some of them don't have like an obvious title. I'm gonna get one that has like an obvious title. All right, let's see.
What are the ones that don't have obvious titles? Just like a picture of like a.
It's like something of sticks and something. There's a bunch of sticks. And you have to know what it is.
The 5 of
But yeah, I got. Oh, okay. It's the Star.
The Star. That's me.
The Star. Yeah.
I'm the Star. Well, that one's obvious.
There you go.
That one's obvious, right?
Lucas,
interpretation.
Look, we're just 4 minutes away.
Lucas, wait, how close is the pizza?
4 minutes.
4 minutes. Oh.
What?
Oh, I'm excited.
What kind of pizza is it?
What were you gonna ask me?
What do we get on our pizza, Luke?
I split up.
We'll find out.
Well, I guess I'll make some more calls then. Yeah, have a good time with the pizza. I'll talk to you later, okay?
All right, sounds good. Bye-bye.
Keep calling. Bye. Paul, you still on Instagram? Paul said that he wanted to get on there. Or is it Rose? I guess then there's a little bit of a delay, so then we got to wait for the thing to go through. Paul, if you're there, I'm going to call you. I'm going to call you on the phone. Or try to get you on the video. I don't know if Paul likes the video or what. Somebody's on there. It might be Rose still right now. I don't know how long the delay is. There's like multiple delays or something. It's like and for the thing.
Yo!
Hello, Paul. Can you hear me?
I totally can hear you.
What was going on yesterday? Huh?
Oh man, I really liked sharing the screen with you. That was
yeah, we can do that. You want to get back on there?
shit. Dude, I'll do that. I'll do it right now.
Okay, I'm gonna hang up.
Shit. Okay, bye.
All right. Let's see. Oh yeah, that one's gonna be up today. Oh, this is your Paul, the Talent Time official account instead of your. Now I gotta move this over.
I feel like I'm in a straight up conversation with you.
Yeah, it's the future. I don't know how I never did this before.
It is the future. That's great.
Yeah, we're in the future. What you got? Beer?
Yeah, I do.
Is it Molson's?
No, it's but it is. It's a local brewery. It looks very cheesy and kind of graphic, like kind of like spray paint. But it's it's like a 7% strong IPA. And I'm treating myself. I was up at 6:30 in the morning running around the seawall. So I was like,
"What's the seawall?"
When I talk to the program, I'm going to get a bunch of stuff done today. When I watch the program, I'm going to drink a beer on the balcony.
Nice.
So that's where we're at.
What's the seawall?
Oh, the seawall is just like it's like a path all the way around the Pacific Ocean. It starts here, Like
what? You can see the ocean from your home?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, so you can see the ocean. And then it goes like all the way around, and then like around that is a big park, and it goes all the way around there. It basically wraps around like the whole city. Like if you were gonna walk the whole thing, I think it takes 2 days or something like that.
Wow.
That's
you live in a fancy place. You can see all that stuff. I can see the Capitol building from my home. Yeah.
Nice. Yeah, I kind of got lucky with the place when we were moving. We had a fire in our old place. Me and my ex and our young child, and a friend of mine was like, "Oh, I can get you in this building," and she told me kind of where it was, and I was like, "Oh, that's okay," because I was like, "There's no way I could afford that."
Whoa! Can you tell us about the fire? Were you in the house at night?
Oh no! It was during the day. We went out to do like a photo shoot. Like my daughter was like 10 days old.
Whoa.
Something like that.
Yeah.
And a friend of mine's a photographer, so we went to her studio to like, just a little bit too sunny out here. We went to her studio, and we did all these photos. And then when we came back, the fire alarm was going off in our building. And I was like, oh, that's crazy. And we opened the door, and there was just this terrible chemical smell.
Ooh.
And didn't know what was going on. We talked to the building manager or whatever, and the place we were at, they have suites on the first floor for like visitors. Like if your parents come to town, they can. It's like kind of like a hotel on the first floor. It's pretty awesome because it's like cheap and it's in the same building as you. If you have friends come over or whatever. Anyways, so they're like, just stay there for the night, and we'll figure it out tomorrow. And if I would have done that, our whole place would have gone up, and the whole place beside us and everything. Because I went Googling, like, what... Because there wasn't a fire, but there was this smell. And it said, like, oh, it's probably a chemical thing. And the landlord came in to, like, do some sort of work because they were selling the apartment. So we thought it was, like, harsh chemicals that they left. And we're like, we got a 10-day-old baby, like, and chemicals are so harsh that the fire alarm's going off.
Yeah.
Like, this is brutal. Like, okay, just stay here for the night. We'll figure it out tomorrow. So eventually, I called the fire department. A friend of mine convinced me to, because he said, well, by tomorrow, the smell will probably be gone, and they'll say it wasn't there, and, like, you need to get confirmation if, like, some shady shit's happening. So I'm like, okay. So I called the fire department. I'm like, look, I don't think there's a fire, but there's this like brutal chemical smell and the alarm's going off, and they're like, we'll come check it out. So they came, and I'm like, sorry guys, because they came in with like all their gear and like all up the stairs and everything. And I was like, sorry guys, I don't think there's a fire. Like, I'm sorry, but like, I told the guy on the phone that. And they're like, well, open the door. We opened the door, and they're like, yeah, there's a fire. And it just started. What happened? This is like okay. Now I'll cut to the chase.
Yeah.
What happened was because they were doing some work in the apartment. We had to like clear everything out of one area and pile it in the kitchen. And we had like those plastic bins or whatever on the stove. And one of the workers must have hit the stove, and it was on like low, but it was melting. It was melting the bucket things, the whatever, those things. And when the fire department came in, it just had gone up.
Whoa.
So, and it was crazy. They caught it in time so that the only bin that caught on fire was like, it was full of like office supplies, like staplers and pen, and like it wasn't anything terrible, but right beside that was like all my hard drives.
Oh yeah.
And like and
so you saved it. You didn't. Yeah. You didn't check.
Really it
seems like your stove would be the first thing you would check. You'd be like, oh, there's a fire. Maybe it's the stove. Yeah.
Yeah. That would have been a smart thing to do. But we opened the door and was just like hit by the smell, and the smell we know now was like the melting plastic.
Oh man!
But we just closed the door and was like, what the hell? Yeah, because we thought it was some chemical spray that the people working in the building did, so we were just pissed.
And you just turned it off, aired the place out, and everything was fine after that?
Yeah, it took a little while. Like, it definitely smelled like fire. And the worst part is it was Christmas Eve, and we had like a newborn.
Yeah.
And so there was nowhere really to go. Luckily, we caught a friend of ours that was like just leaving town for Christmas, and he's like, oh, we're in a cab, but we're only a couple blocks away. We'll go back and stick our keys underneath the front doorstep. Just go take our place for Christmas, and, we'll figure it out.
Oh, that's a good story. I used to ask people if they've ever been in a fire before, as like a small or as a as a question, like one of my go-to questions. Like, you ever seen a fire? Yeah. So.
Right. Well, there you go.
That's a good one.
You got a fire answer. Ask a fire question, get a fire answer. That's what we say in Canada.
Ask a fire question, get a fire answer. Yeah, like I'm concerned about regular problems. Like right now, we could still have any problem that used to be a problem. They could still happen, but it almost seems like we're invincible to any other issues. Like I'm not gonna get what if I just have like a stroke or like anything else like it could happen at any time. So all that stuff is still possible, but it almost seems like it's not possible. Like we could just like accidentally have a little fire or something. But
yeah, I had that moment. I went to the storage unit just in my building the other day, and I was pulling something off the shelf, and there's this thing almost came down and squished me, and I realized like, holy shit! If I would have fallen off that thing and like broken my ankle or whatever, like kind of feel fucked. Like you don't want to go to the hospital. You don't want to like put any more pressure on and it's also like, it's like the most virus laden place that you could go to.
Yeah.
So everyone's got to be like super careful, and hopefully, if you're going to have a baby, just hold on to it for another couple months.
Yeah. How's the kid today?
Good. She's with her mom, so I talked to her yesterday, but I'm gonna go over there for Easter thing tomorrow, and then she'll be with me for like a week.
Oh, that's on Sunday. I guess Easter's always on Sunday.
Yeah, in Canada. I'm just kidding. No, it's Easter Sunday too, but we're just doing it on Saturday.
Yeah.
I like fucking with you, telling you that things are just specifically Canadian.
Yeah, I might believe it.
How did you know, right?
I live with people who are celebrating. They're celebrating Passover, so we don't eat pork in this house. And I was thinking about how you eat ham, and maybe they made it so that you eat ham because they wanted to because they don't like. They're anti-Semitic or something, like whoever made this ham in the beginning, like it's ham,
No.
So it's Jewish people. Jewish people don't eat ham or pork. Okay.
Yeah.
So then
I think, a lot of certain religions. Right?
And then on Easter, you eat the ham. Like that's the traditional Easter food. So maybe it's like, hey, we're gonna eat this ham because we can, because we're Christians and not Jewish. Maybe yeah.
Maybe.
I was thinking about that the whole ham thing, because I go out to eat the ham, but I'm living in this house, so I'm not eating it. No, I'm not eating ham because my roommates.
Did your grandma make ham?
No, I never really eat that much ham. Sometimes I eat some bacon and stuff, but yeah, it's just something. But I'm not gonna do anything for Easter.
Right.
What would I do anyway? Like I don't usually do anything for Easter. But now I can't specifically do anything if I wanted to.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's this cool just over there it's called Stanley Park. There's an Easter, they have an Easter train. Basically, they have this train And they, for all the holidays, they run it. So like for Halloween, they make it all spooky and people jump out and they play spooky music and you can take the train, like, you know, through this park. And for, you know, for Easter, it's the same thing, except they've made it everything you pass is like brightly colored eggs. And then when there's something jumps out, it's someone in an Easter bunny costume. So they kind of like do the exact same thing, but with all these different holidays. I kind of love it. Like if you're with a kid, it's great. And it's so cheesy. It's still like all of the decorations are made like just painted on plywood and kind of stuck on the side. So it's like there's something just so low res about it and just analog, and yeah, it's pretty great. But they don't have it this year because of the obvious.
Yeah. No Easter hunts and stuff. What about all? I guess they're gonna still gonna go buy all that Easter candy because they must have made that a long time ago. And still go.
Yeah, I'm sure people will we're gonna have like an Easter hunt for my daughter and stuff.
Yeah, just in the house.
We have.
People are gonna go to church too. I'm worried. Hopefully, people have been going to churches and don't go to church. Not like anybody's.
That's insane.
Yeah.
Well,
yeah.
I did see one story on a pastor that was like last month or whatever. He was like saying how like the coronavirus is not real and like Jesus is gonna send it away and all this stuff. And then he actually got it and died. I don't want to laugh because like he's a human being who died. But like when you see, I saw the thing on the news about like just he was being so brash and just so ignorant. And then so it shouldn't be satisfying, but there's something a little bit satisfying when you don't.
It's very direct, yeah.
Stupid, and then it's like 4 days later they died.
Wow.
It's like
Yep. That's
so.
Yeah, that's a sign from God, maybe for them.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess. God didn't like them in the first place.
I think that was a doorbell. I'm hearing somebody ring the doorbell. I don't know what's going on upstairs. That was kind of weird.
The best part about that news story was that they talked about how he was an amateur guitar player, and so they just showed a ton of footage of him just like shredding on a guitar, but then him being a pastor and being like talking about the devil and stuff.
Yeah,
it's pretty good. Sorry, your doorbell?
Yeah, the doorbell rang. I don't know what's going on. Maybe somebody's getting a pizza or something. But
hey, do you have your daily hour with me shirts? I heard that earlier. Is that a real thing or is that someone's dream?
It was somebody's dream, but we do have them. I don't know if we have any more. We made some years ago.
Because I'd trade merch with you. You know, we got like talent and stuff. I would like trade, do a shirt for shirt or something. Maybe I think we could still come down there.
We could still do that. I think we have if we have any more, we definitely still have like the screens. We just made them from out of the screen, so we can send you something in the mail. We can still do the mail.
Yeah, it's true. I would rock a Your Daily Hour with Me shirt.
Yeah.
What is the design like? I'm like, I think I will, but
we've had like maybe four shirts over the years. We had like just like a text, like YDHWM, just like on text, right. And then we were on a shirt with like, we ended up on like a shirt that had like a bunch of stuff on it, like some bands and like a bunch of other local stuff, and then we had a second font of the thing, and then I think for a while Freddie was just like writing the letters out on a t-shirt with like a Sharpie, so yeah.
Nice. Cool.
Hey, I'm going to make some more calls, Paul.
No.
You want to stay on there?
Nope.
All right. Well.
Nope. Okay. Yeah.
Thanks, Paul. Keep. We'll talk to you later. Keep calling in. Maybe get on here. We're live at 5. You know.
All right.
Okay. Bye.
Peace. Live at 5.
Live at 5 now.
Hang up.
It's my only schedule. All right. How do I do it?
I dare you.
Well, I don't even know.
I dare you.
I actually don't even know, so maybe I'll just leave you on there. Now we can't hear you, but you can see me, but we're not paying attention to you. Like the video isn't, so I don't know how to get off there. I'm just not listening to you. I don't know how to how to get you off of there. So Instagram, you're like talking to Instagram people. It's like you're on Instagram, and I'm on the phones. I can still see you. We can still see you on the show, but we just can't hear you now. I don't have enough wires, and I don't have the good mixer here, and I don't want to make the studio trip to get the mixer. It's like potentially we could get it so that there's like both of you going at the same time, but then yeah, I switched the wires. I had to switch wires to the phone, to the other phone, so there's like one. So if I had two wires, then maybe they could be at the same time. But I don't want to hear anything. Can you hear the phone right now? Like,
Hey, program.
hey, Freddie, how are ya?
I'm doing okay.
Well, I don't know. Yeah, Paul's on the video, but we don't have any. Oh, there he goes, or something. We don't have any way to like have you and Paul at the same time. How are you?
I'm doing fine. Let's see what happened today. I took a load to the dump. More than anything, I guess maybe I was going to mention a couple production end things.
Yeah.
I've been like trying out the upload, the YouTube or the upload to TCTV, and so far I haven't had any success. But I've been troubleshooting it with folks. I think right now they're using MediaFire, and it has like if you're just I guess like a normal user, like a guest user or something, without a professional account, you can't upload more than like 4 gigabytes at a time or something like that.
Yeah.
Which is challenging because they also updated like the TCTV server, so it's playing HD files all the time, and so we have to convert the files into bigger files. Anyway, I'm just working on that. Actually, I was exporting a new file with the new thing that will keep it under 4 gigs, and it seems like it's taking a really long time. So I don't know. I think, though, the benefit of it is that I should be able to, once we get it figured out, work with the playback person while they're working from home, and I'm also at home, and nobody has to go anywhere. So it should be pretty good in the end, pretty soon. But and we're good with 11:30, but I got to get this 2 a.m. stuff ready, especially by, I think, Monday morning, 2 a.m. is a Mark episode, so I want to get that ready.
Oh, yeah. You got to remind him. I guess I have time. Remind him.
Yeah.
I'm
about to go grocery shopping. Oh, wait, say again?
I am up at 2 a.m. like every day now because I'm like having a crazy sleep schedule, so I should watch it, but I haven't watched it yet, 2 a.m.
Oh, yeah. It's, I think we might be on a rerun tonight, or this morning at 2 a.m., unless this comes through. I mean, it just seems like it's pretty late already in the day for her to get that scheduled, so probably a rerun tonight, but should be figuring it out over the weekend. So, especially that Mark episode should be a good one. That's from, 8 years ago when we were talking to Mark. This is, I think, before he beat cancer and everything. So, I mean, I don't know. We'll find out where he is in life.
We went to his mother's house.
Is that right? This one's called something about like a wolf, like the big bad wolf, or like something like that.
I don't know about the wolf, but I'm pretty sure this is when we went to his mother's house. That was the only time he was ever on in the past, like that.
Oh, yeah.
On College Street.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. How are you?
That's
what are you doing?
Good.
Yeah.
I've been trying to run around all day. I went to the dump. I feel like I'm always going to the dump, like, you're like, I'm going to go to the dump. And then you, like, load your car, and by the time you do it, you're rushing to get to the dump before they close. And then I'm like, well, my load is so crazy, maybe I should not take the freeway. So then you look up the directions to get there without driving on the freeway. And then you find out that the dump actually closes at 4:45, or they close the gate at 4:45, so that people aren't there after 5. And then you're like, oh no, have less time. But I made it to the dump and unloaded a bunch of stuff from the basement at 1611. Bunch of, like, 2 washer and dryers, or
Wow.
a washer and a dryer. Bunch of other crazy stuff, like probably there was this mattress that was outdoors for who knows how long, and it's like literally growing moss on it. It's like
Yeah.
things like that.
Cleaning up the
And I'm about to go grocery shopping. It's my weekly or more than weekly grocery shopping trip tonight. So I'm not really looking forward to that, but I'm about to go do that.
You got your mask?
I got masks. My mom made me some masks and sent them in the mail. Several interesting patterns. One is like a tube mask, so it's like almost the top part of what would you call it, like a turtleneck or something, you know? But it's got several layers of t-shirt fabric that go over your mouth. And that one seems to be the most secure of any mask I've used. Most of the masks are always feeling like they're about to fall off your face or something, or they're like pulling on your ears or whatever. So the tube mask, pretty good so far. I think that's the one I'm going to be wearing. But kind of zany fabrics that she used. So.
What store are you going to go to?
Yeah. We're going to the co-op. It seems like kind of the safest one.
Yeah.
And then people are still out on the streets. Olympia, like, what do you call it? Protester people or whatever,
What?
you know? Yeah, like Glenn Anderson and his group. I'm not sure who it is. The people who are holding signs that say "End the War" and all that.
They're doing that?
Yeah, they've got masks on and they're sitting there doing that.
Are they doing it like far apart?
Are they doing what?
Are they far apart at least, or?
Yeah, I think they're each 6 feet apart.
Like that 6 foot, that 6 foot thing is not like what you should be doing. That's like bare minimum. Like you really should not be going out, especially them.
Yeah, there's only 4. That is not essential. If you don't like that, I had one I disliked even more, a street thing, where somebody was like standing on the roundabout and they were holding a sign that said "Free Smiles." They were like, you know, basically in the middle, and they were like manically pantomiming happiness, like in a really, really irritating fashion. And they were there for hours because I like drove down one way and then came back through town for dinner, and the person was still there, and I was just like, wow, this person is irritating and not safe because they weren't wearing a mask. I was like, is this your idea of spreading cheer in like a difficult time as being like clownishly, hyper, frighteningly excited, happy? But not like that.
You really shouldn't be doing that.
Yeah, not essential. Don't leave the house. Bad idea. Anyway, that's I gotta hang up now, but it's been nice on the program. I'm gonna let you know what happens with the files and stuff.
Okay, bye.
Bye-bye.
Wow. Who's on the Rose? You still on Instagram? I'm gonna call Grandma.
Hi, Kenny.
Hi, Grandma.
I'm watching TV. You want to talk to Andrew here? He just come back.
He came back. Where'd you go?
Huh?
You eat lunch?
You ask him. Here, Kenny.
What?
You just came back?
Yeah, I had to go.
Where'd you go?
I had to go to the bar with Maria.
To do the oil?
Yeah. Grandma ate dinner.
What was it?
Hey,
You made her steaks?
I think you already ate it.
Did you already ate dinner? I guess it's like almost 6. That's good. I like steak.
I can't find it.
No, you cooked it and you ate it.
No, I don't eat.
You did.
No, I don't eat.
Where is it then?
I don't know. I will bring it back.
In your stomach.
No, not my stomach. Well,
Yeah, it is. You ate it.
you my stomach. Well, I'm hungry.
You ate it.
No,
You ate it.
Is it dishes?
I'm hungry still.
It's in the garbage.
It's in the garbage? Is evidence?
I was gonna cook steak for dinner, but Grandma already cooked it and ate it, and then she said she didn't do that. She forgot.
You gonna cook it? You gonna make more? You gotta make more then. She's still hungry.
I don't have any more.
Uh-oh. Grandma's hungry.
I gotta make more tomorrow.
Yeah.
She's not hungry. Just think she is.
Huh?
I'm hungry still.
What else you got to eat? You got to make her something else now. She's hungry and wants some more food.
What's more food?
He doesn't give me food. I'm hungry.
Grandma, you got to feed Grandma.
Huh?
You gotta feed Grandma.
You got to make food for Grandma.
Yeah.
Especially she don't want to eat that much, so if she wants to eat, you got to get her the food.
Steak.
Ah! Still I'm hungry.
How much steak was it?
The whole thing.
A whole steak?
That's funny.
You got sides? You got to eat sides. That's how you fill it up.
How come I'm still hungry?
Because all you ate was steak.
I want to eat the steak more.
You got to eat sides. The sides will fill you up more. Eat some potatoes or something.
He says eat potatoes.
Potato. I like a steak better than potato.
Yeah, but you eat the steak, you got to eat the potatoes on the sides so they'll fill you up. If you eat just steak, then you're going to be hungry still.
Yep.
That's what sides are for.
Steak?
You already ate steak. How about pizza? You want to eat pizza?
No. I want a steak.
No more steaks though, huh?
No more steak.
I have to go back.
It's in the freezer. We're going to eat steak tomorrow.
Tomorrow? Why not tonight?
Because you already ate it. You already ate dinner.
How come already I eat dinner? I'm hungry still.
I don't know.
Gotta make food for Grandma.
She doesn't want to eat.
She doesn't want to eat? Only steak? Not gonna eat anything else? You don't have any chicken wings? How's the streets? Andrew.
He go find the steak.
Oh yeah, they're in the freezer.
Yeah, the garage.
You didn't eat lunch? You didn't eat it for lunch?
Grandma doesn't eat lunch normally.
What'd you do today, Grandma? You don't remember cooking a steak?
I don't know, she probably just woke up. She doesn't do anything ever. She wakes up and then goes back to bed.
Well, me too.
I'll make a pizza.
What kind of pizza?
Frozen pizza. Grandma likes it.
She says she don't want it.
What is it?
She's got to eat.
Just eat the pizza. Grandma's good. You're hungry, you eat pizza. She doesn't want more steak. I want a steak too.
Steak. Everybody eats steak.
How's the streets?
Fine.
They empty or the regular?
Both.
What? Less than normal?
A little bit.
But still people are out there.
Here's squid, Grandma. Squid jerky.
Is it?
Squid jerky.
No. The squid.
Yeah, it's food. You gotta eat food.
I know, but I like a steak.
You already ate steak.
I want to get it more by.
Tomorrow we're gonna eat more.
Yeah, you're not supposed to go to the store very often.
I know, that's what I'm saying. I don't want to go again. I bought a bunch of meat last week.
Wasn't enough.
So it should last for another week at least.
You're supposed to get like one or even 2 weeks of food at a time.
I got 1 week of food at a time.
I'm getting 2 weeks. I'm waiting 2 weeks before I get more food.
When did you go to the store?
I got a delivery on when was it Monday? Like not last Monday, but the Monday before that.
Wash your hands. What?
I got a delivery to not Monday, like 5 days ago, but like the Monday before that. That's the last time I got a delivery, and I'm gonna get another delivery. What?
How much are they giving? What kind of delivery?
I'm doing Instacart.
Jeez.
What?
You shouldn't do that. I'll deliver it to you.
Why not Instacart?
I don't know. How much is it?
It's only like $10.
Okay. That's not that bad.
Yeah, you want to do my Instacart? You can do my Instacart. I'll send you my list of food on the thing.
And then you give me money?
Well, I'll give you the money instead of the thing?
I don't know. If it's only $10, that's not that bad. Just have them do it.
It's not too bad, and it's easy, and also then I just like, I know somebody's doing it, but I just put like weird things on this list and see what happens when it shows up at your door. It's kind of magic.
How much stuff did you buy at once?
Last time I bought like only about $80, $90 worth of stuff, but this time I've been like all week I've been putting stuff on the list like slowly, and now it's almost up to like almost $200.
Well, that's to buy all of that, and then wow.
Yeah, and they drop it off, but I don't know. It's like what they do. But I've been like now it's kind of been this thing I've been doing. I've been thinking about. I'm like, oh, I could eat that, and then I go to the phone, I put it on the list.
Yeah.
Now the list is real big and maybe too big. Maybe I gotta edit it out, but I don't know. I'm not spending. It's like I'm still spending like way less on food than I ever did in the past. So
I don't go to restaurants. My life has changed literally zero.
Oh yeah, but I used to go to a lot of. I used to eat out like every day. I used to almost spend like $20 a day on food.
I can go back, steak?
No, we have steak tomorrow. We're gonna eat steak.
Okay.
You're gonna eat pizza today.
Pizza.
Yeah, pizza's good.
Yeah, pizza is okay.
Grandma, we're not supposed to go to the store right now because the virus.
Kelly says don't go to the store.
What?
Because of the virus.
We're living in a different time. We can't just do everything we want right now. It's a
I listen.
It's emergency time out there in the world right now, Grandma. You know.
That's what I'm trying to say. It's like the government. It's like World War II.
Well, kind of, but it's different than that. Still, at least in that. I mean, not at least, but that time, you knew what was going on. You know, like.
Oh yeah, I guess.
Like you weren't surprised. Like you see somebody with a gun, or whatever. I guess you can get surprised. Grandma got surprised, but you can be. Like,
Grandma got surprised.
Most of the time. Yeah.
You're not surprised until you're really surprised.
Yeah. But like you're not like going out. You're not like worried. It's like a visible threat. You know.
Right.
This is like. You don't know. It's like you might have gotten, like, I went on a bike ride yesterday or 2 days ago. Like, I decided to go on a bike ride. It was scary. I didn't like it, but I'm like, maybe, like, that might have been what did it. You know, I went on a bike ride. Now in 2 weeks, I'm going to get it. And it's like, you don't know, you know?
Possible.
Yeah. All right, I'm going to record a message of the future. I got to cue this up, and then it'll be like the end of the show pretty much, so.
Okay. You only have one person watching.
What?
You only have one person watching. Yeah.
There's nobody. Oh, that's you.
Yeah, I know.
You're the only one telling me about not doing a good interview 10 years ago.
Is that right? That's right.
Yeah. All right, bye, future. There was more people earlier, but they don't stick around.
What's up? Jeez.
That's you.
And then you put it on YouTube for like 6 people?
Yeah, you can get on. You want to get on the Instagram video?
Sure.
Hey, okay, I'm gonna hang up on here, then you join on there, and then I'll put you on the video on the Message of the Future. All right. So now I gotta move this wire over here. Let's see.
Hey, future.
Well, not yet. I gotta move it down. I gotta move it down. Well, you in bed? Go. Go get Grandma too.
Oh.
I was still on the phone.
Go get Grandma in here. All right, Andrew's gonna get Grandma on the video. Andrew, you're in the room where we grew up when we were babies. We lived in that room together. You ever think about that?
Yeah.
Now you're back in that room, huh? That's the room we lived in when we were when we were babies. Hey, future, it's us, the past. Hi, Grandma.
Oh, that's awful.
It's awful?
Hi.
Awful.
What do you have to say to the future, Grandma?
Awful.
Awful.
What do you want to say to the future?
Future. What?
What are you going to say to the future?
Future, huh?
Yeah.
I want to be young.
Oh, yeah.
Grandma wants to go backwards in time.
Yeah, me too. All right, bye, future.
Okay, goodbye.
All right, this thing's going to end in 7 seconds.
Okay, goodbye.
Oh, and that too. Wow, timing. Bye. Bye, Grandma. How did that happen? Like, time out in the same way? I don't know what's going on with that. It's kind of crazy to me. Here's the credits. We made it. Thanks for watching, everybody.